You a Star Wars fan? Because you'll be amazed at number one, that a lot of women might be into the shit that you're into, but you're so worried about her judging you that you don't give it half a chance. But also some of the things that you're not into, you'll be amazed at how women would want to get into it because they want to get closer to you.
A lot of times they say shit like, "Oh, I'm free on weekends," or I'm usually free on Thursdays," or whatever the hell. So if it makes sense, then I schedule a date.
If she really liked you from the get-go, there would be no reward system you would have to look for to do anything for, right? Because it would automatically be there, And I like to do this in conversation sometimes. When you're speaking with somebody and you'll hear a girl say something like, "I'll never do this," and or "I don't like this," or "I don't like that." And then you'll notice you'll say, "Nah, I kind of like it. I like it when blah, blah, blah." And she's like, well, yeah, when you say it like that, I like it, and it's just kind of like, yeah, you switched up awfully fast for somebody that just really said they don't like something. And so, there's always been clues out there for fellas to understand, like, yo, if they really like you, they will change their whole political party.
They're not giving her real instruction. They're not letting her know what it really is. And most dudes don't do it. Most dudes don't say what it is because they're afraid to hear no, or they're afraid to bring up sex too early and all of this and all of that. But the bottom line is this. Either, again, and somebody said it, either she's feeling you or she's not. You understand? Either she's feeling you or she's not. We got to stop all this nonsense, man. Guys are too afraid to hear no, and it's like I'd rather hear no than to waste 2, 3, 4 dates and time spent, money spent, and all this other shit just to find out that you wasn't feeling me any damn way. You see what I'm saying? But so with me, first date is cool. If you don't want to do it on the first date, no problem. You could be on your period or whatever it is. There's a lot of things that could be off on the first date, right? It doesn't matter. But second date, you gotta know what it
is. For me, I like exclusive vagina to me. And that's because I don't want to catch nothing to have my later years messed up. And I like to stroke without no condom on. It feels great.
No.
So I like it.
So you like to be hugged by the sugar walls? You like to be hugged?
Yeah. I like that velvet, plush velvet. The smoothness. So,
but even then, Jay Roman, I hear you.
He don't get up for nothing. You understand what I'm saying? So, and the reason is because he has to conserve his energy to do 3 full workouts a day up until his competition date. You understand? So when he's in season, he literally just works out as hard as he can. Then he sits on the couch and his wife brings him everything. The only thing she don't do is fucking piss for him, right? So what I'm saying is, it's one thing to have a wife that does it, because you said earlier, these were the words you used. You said a woman who says, "Oh, I rock with this dude, so I don't mind doing this." But see, it's a difference between a woman who doesn't mind and a woman who cheerfully wants to do it. Understand the position of a simp. Make sure you understand the position of a friend zone nigga. Make sure you understand that a man doesn't do anything for nothing. You understand? So run the game, be careful, and do what you got to do.
And that's right there, Jay Roman. And that's the problem. Your main chick should always be prioritized over all the new chicks. Right? The new chicks should not get preferential treatment. Right? So what would make it difficult for a lot of women is if you're giving girlfriend treatment to the new chick. Right? So this is why when you very first meet women, you have to establish boundaries and parameters where they got to earn everything. So that way, when the main chick is with you and she knows you're dealing with new women, she knows they have to go through the gauntlet too. They just don't get shit quicker. Like
Kerry K setting the blaze, sagging. Miles Cunham with the game so tight. J. Roman lit the torch, keeping it right. Manhood's the challenge, skill set to master. In a world moving fast, gotta move faster. Trap beat, pounding 808, shake the floor. Guided by the host, wisdom like law. Kerry K drops jewels, the crowd enthralled. Words cut deep, no need for brawls. Miles Cunningham, tactics sharp like a dagger. Navigates the game, makes the haters stagger. Journey to manhood, no easy feat. Lessons from the masters, words concrete. J. Roman with the keys, opens the door. Manhood's the path, gotta crave for more. Manhood's the challenge, skill set to master. In a world moving fast, gotta move faster. Trap beat, pounding 808, shake the floor. Guided by the host, wisdom like law.
What's good? What's good? What's good? My brother Miles, how's life treating you, brother?
Pretty good, man. Can't complain too much. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, did you pay the heat bill, nigga? You in the you in the house?
Bro, the heat was off and I was gone and I left and I came back and the heat was off. It's like fucking 50-something degrees in this motherfucker.
It's fully dressed.
That's why I'm drinking this fucking coffee to warm up. The heat is on now, but you know it's gonna take a minute. But but anyway, yo, man, it's this nigga. So look, real quick, y'all, what are we talking about today? The issue with claiming women can lead relationships.
Oh man,
the issue with people claim. Look, I'm gonna show y'all a clip, and I want to show y'all how lost a lot of guys are, and it's not necessarily because we can have experiences and we can have our opinions not be correct as far as how we're dealing with that experience. Like if something happens, we can take it a certain way, but not necessarily be in the right mind state. We're not taking it in the way that it needs to be taken, right? So, and what I mean by that is this. A lot of times when you're conditioned to believe certain things, you believe that's the right way that things should go. So you have a skewed outlook on life overall. Right? It's kind of like you look at things in the micro, not the macro. But anyway, so I want to get into that. So this is what I want to say before we talk about all of that. Miles, do you have anything you want to plug, Phil?
Oh, yes. So we have the Masculine Identity Natural Luxury Soap. So make sure you guys hit that QR code right there. Order your soap or go to masculineidentity.com. You can order your soap. And the last batch of shea butter has been sold out. I plan to make another one and I will announce when I do. So stay tuned if you're looking for that shea butter. Appreciate you, man. Oh, and Masculine Identity fragrance coming soon. So look out for that, man. Look out for that. Coming soon. All right.
There we go. Cool. That's what's up. Let me go ahead and shout out some individuals before we get off into this. AJ Leno. I haven't seen any of your new shit on the Media Mondays with Miles and Lucario. AJ, what's up with you, bro?
Yeah, AJ, you better get with it, man. Stop playing.
Bro, if you want that lifestyle you seeking, bro, you got to put in the work to get it.
Yeah.
That's right. Renee P was good with you, the incomparable Renee P. Monogamous Player was good. B Will, Soulmonger. Who else we got up in here? Captain Creator, Demetrius was good with you, bro. Amar Rashad, this nigga. God. Anyway, Prolific was good with you. Scott Cheetos, Frankie Shy, Alexander Jackson, Kwame Dukes already. Appreciate you, dog. You know what I'm saying? Salute K-Zag and Miles. Get the likes up. Yes, get them likes up. Please do that. June Sports, Linwood, Beloved Amato. Okay, 100% me was good with you. J. Roman, you just in time, bro. I was going to play the video.
Nice. Let's do it.
You just in time. So what are we talking about? the issue with claiming women can lead relationships. All right, let's go. And he says a bunch of shit, and we're going to address all of that shit. But hold on real quick. Let me snatch this Negro up. This the nigga right here? No. That's the nigga right there. All right, let's go.
One more thing before I go to, I just want to tell y'all one more thing. Because everybody keep talking about a woman can't lead. 70% of you niggas was raised by your mama and your daddy was not in the picture, me included. And the first time you seen your daddy or heard about your daddy doing good, guess what he had? A new woman. He had a new woman. A lot of you niggas out here live with bitches too, my nigga. And they paying all the bills, so they leading the household. Your granddaddy back in the days, guess what? He paid all the bills, but guess who he came and brought the check to, nigga? Your grandma. Because his ass didn't know shit about responsibilities. A lot of you niggas out here winning. You niggas think y'all up and all that shit. We know it's a woman behind y'all. Women been leading forever, boss. We know it. Even if you had your own paper, she taught you how to finance it, taught you how to get into business. Women been leading forever. When you got fresh, guess what led you to get fresh? The female. When you was out here taking penitentiary chances to impress her, guess who led you to do that? A woman. Women been leading forever, boss. They've been leading men to do some of the craziest things. They've been leading men to be more responsible. Actually, they've been leading men to be men and be better versions of themselves. So I don't want to hear no more bullshit about a woman can't lead, boss. Believe that. Ah!
Shut the fuck up, bitch
Okay.
ass.
Okay. So there's a lot of shit. Okay.
I am
And
not.
Let me hear that again, man, because
One more thing before I go to, I just want to tell y'all one more thing. Because everybody keep talking about a woman can't lead. 70% of you niggas was raised by your mama and your daddy was not in the picture, me included. And the first time you seen your daddy or heard about your daddy doing good, guess what he had? A new woman. He had a new woman. A lot of you niggas out here live with bitches too, my nigga. And they paying all the bills, so they leading the household. Your granddaddy back in the days, guess what? He paid all the bills, but guess who he came and brought the check to, nigga? Your grandma. Because his ass didn't know shit about responsibilities. A lot of you niggas out here winning. You niggas think y'all up and all that shit. We know it's a woman behind y'all. Women been leading forever, boss. We know it. Even if you had your own paper, she taught you how to finance it, taught you how to get into business. Women been leading forever. When you got fresh, guess what led you to get fresh? The female. When you was out here taking penitentiary chances to impress her, guess who led you to do that? A woman. Women been leading forever, boss. They've been leading men to do some of the craziest things. They've been leading men to be more responsible. Actually, they've been leading men to be men and be better versions of themselves. So I don't want to hear no more bullshit about a woman can't lead, boss. Believe that. Ah!
Okay. So I want to go in, bro. There's so much shit. Look, let me tell you. First of all, and some of his weak street nigga diatribe, he was confusing and conflating leadership with influence, right? And this is what people. This is how you know a lot of people's understanding of things is skin deep. Their mindset can never go below the surface of shit, right? And these are the niggas that be online that have influence and sway over simple-minded, weak-minded niggas. Now, let me say this, and they got weak-minded, simple-minded women. Probably clapping, yeah, we can lead. No. Let me break something down to y'all niggas. A woman being by herself and having to raise kids is not the same thing as her being a good leader. Just because she's in that predicament, that doesn't automatically make her a good leader. And let me just say this, okay? And I want someone to challenge me on this shit. Find me a woman who is single, who has kids, especially boys, by herself, where there is no masculine influence, no grandfathers, no uncles, stepdad, basketball coach, football coach, and it's just her, and those kids are fucking thriving. Show me! Okay, I'm not saying it's impossible, but I'm just saying, even if a man is not in the house, the male mentorship, the masculine mentorship of a man is extremely important. So this notion, and let me say this, because he was talking about my grandma, your grandmas counting the money and shit. I'm gonna share something personal with y'all. On my mother's side, my grandmother ran the show, and the reason why she ran the show And my grandfather worked the jobs, and my grandmother worked too, but she ran the show. It's because he was an alcoholic. So a lot of times when you see a woman leading a family with a man in the house, it's not because she's a strong woman, because he's a weak man. I
would like you to say that line one more time, because that will be the base of.
Yeah. So in any household where there is a man in that household and the woman is the leader, it's not because she's a strong woman. Now, she has to be strong to deal with such a weak motherfucker. But it's not so much that she is a strong woman, she's a great leader. No. It's because there's an absence of a strong man. She has to pick up, you know what I'm saying? And it's not about the money. Because people think, oh, if the man has the money, he's automatically the leader. No. That's not true, right? And they think, well, if the woman has most of the money, then she's the leader. No, the amount of money you make has nothing to do with leadership qualities, right? But let me just say this, and I'm going to pass it to y'all. Whenever you have a woman who's leading her household, she is not in her natural position when she's leading. I'm not talking about money making. I'm talking about making the decisions where she's the main one and the man is deferring to her. That's not a natural position. Show me that, and I'll show you a miserable woman. Period. But y'all got it.
You go ahead, Jay.
There is a lot to unpack there. That's why I wanted to play twice to make sure I heard what I heard. I'm going to take one thing from it that really stuck with me when he kept referring to his mother or grandmother. And this is the type of dudes that you will hear about that want their girl to be their mother. And that right there shows you how weak the dude is when he's looking for somebody else to handle all this responsibility. I always say that women will fill the void in where there is void to be filled in.
Right.
That's what they're going to do. Well, some of them, but that's what they would normally do. They are following your lead either way. It's just that you are a bad leader. And so they have to follow and make up for your bad leadership. And that's what they're going to do.
Yeah.
There's different things that we do in a household. And it just kind of, guys like that are the same guys that lead in that happy wife, happy life, that lead in, 50-50, we're partners, because it shows how much of a lack that he is complete by himself already. Did you hear what he said? Some of y'all did better when you got a woman. So that basically means you weren't really doing nothing before you got her.
Pretty much.
So you were leading yourself incorrectly. So no wonder you had to suck on somebody else's teat to get moving, right? Because they're just going from one tit to another. I went from my mom's.
Jay Roman, real quick, let me just say this. If a woman has to come into your life and clean you up, you are a build-a-bear nigga. She's building her nigga, right? But go ahead.
If a woman has to come in your life and clean you up, you're a child. And you shouldn't have a woman.
Oh, shit.
I mean, we're adults here. I don't want a child. I don't want a child next to me. Nobody wants a child next to you. So if you're sitting there waiting for the plan and you look over to your left or right and your child says, Dad, what are we doing? And you say, I don't know. We got to ask mom. You're in the same boat as them.
Bro, I got clients. I got clients that are going through that, J. Roman, Miles. Clients that are going through that right now, where they're like, Zach, my father is a bitch.
My father's a bitch.
Like, I've had my class, he's a bitch. I can't stand it. I want him to leave my mom and grow some balls. I want him to listen to your shit. So go ahead. Go ahead.
I got a buddy, man. He's I think he's the fifth. He's the fifth, right? And whenever you hear somebody's name and they say the fifth, you automatically think like, damn, that's a strong lineage of guys.
Yeah.
Right? But the opposite of that is guys like this. That's a strong lineage of nothing but women that he's seen in his life.
Right.
that take care of stuff, and he believes he's going to be raised as a man to take care of things, but he's not. He's raised to find a woman to take care of things for him. And then he'll turn around and preach and say, hey, men, we've always had leaders in our life. Our women were leaders, our mothers were leaders. That's a lack of manhood and the lack of the essentials of manhood being taught in his life. Go ahead, Miles.
Real quick, Miles, before you go, Beck, I'm gonna need you to elaborate. You said he's a bitch, but they living in his house. It's not his house. It's the woman's house. Look, I need y'all niggas to understand something. Just because you pay the bills, that don't mean it's your shit. Who's running it? It's their shit. You're just a sponsor. But go ahead, fam. Go ahead.
See, when I see shit like this, and, you know, man, shout out to him for even doing this video, because all he really did was expose the nature and the archetype of the young man that has been raised by the feminine. You get what I'm saying? These are the guys that worship, you know, the mother goddess and all that other shit. You know, they exemplify a woman. Now, a woman adapting to her necessity does not equal leadership. It does not equal leadership. If she ain't got no man, or no man is willing to stick around, yes, she gonna have to fucking buck up and pay the bills and take care of the fam. Like, yes, that's what she gonna have to do. But does that make her a leader? Does that make her the most efficient and opportune person to do the job? It does not. You see, look, we're all human beings. We all can fucking read, write, and do math. So at the end of the day, if you got to get on and pay a bill and go to work and do what the fuck you got to do, then fine. But that doesn't mean you are the one to do the job. That doesn't mean you are the one to make it happen. And the fact that, you see, these guys, you know, they just look, they have a simple, you know, like you said, like a very surface level understanding of life. And they think just because they saw their mother lead a household, they think that makes her a leader. That is not true. That is not true. And look, when you in the battlefield, right, they have what's called a chain of command. Right, you got the general, and then you got the what? And forgive me if I'm wrong, Kazak, because you been in the military, so respect to you and what you've done for the country. But you got the general that give the orders and stuff, and then what? You got the colonels and lieutenants, and then you got the squad leaders. If whoever gets caught, if the captain get caught, is next up. But that don't mean that the nigga that's next up got all the experience that the captain has. Mm-hmm. And that don't mean that the captain got the experience and leadership that the lieutenant has. But if the lieutenant get blown up in the field, the next up is the captain. And if the captain get blown up in the field, the next up is the squad leader. And if the squad leader get fucked up, the next up is one of the goddamn privates.
Miles,
go ahead.
No, I was going to shout out June Sports with the 199 supporting this game. Appreciate the gems weekly. All right, my bad. You got it.
Yeah. You know, just because the private or the, you know what I'm saying, had to step up and take the leadership position, don't mean that the position was made for him. And that's a problem with these little niggas, bro. And when I say little,
yeah, I'm
talking about little understanding. That's the problem with these cats. And it's just sad how they celebrate the farce. Right. They celebrate the inadequacies and the dysfunction of the family.
Well, I'll do you one better. Yeah, I'm going to say some shit. And this is some shit that people need to think about. A lot of these pro athletes, the black ones specifically, a lot of them come from dire situations where the father wasn't around. So I just want to ask this question. Was a woman a good leader? If the guy had to make it in the pros to be able to reach back and take care of everyone in the family, was she a good leader? Was she? Because here's the thing. I want people to think about this. Part of effectively leading a household is cultivating a healthy environment for your kids to thrive in under your leadership. So if a kid has to hurry up and get to the money, that means that there's something deficient in the household. I'm just saying. Right? When you think about it in terms of that, right? Because some people might say, well, she's a good leader because he made it to the pros. Oh, well, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hold on. No, she had an agenda. She needed to fulfill it. Like Miles, you said necessities. A woman's main function is survival. I gotta prep this man to take care of me. Am I lying though when we talk about certain athletes? But anyway, but shout out to those athletes that are taking care of their mama.
And let me add to this real quick. Please continue when I'm done. But I just want to add to this. In those situations with those athletes, they love to downplay the presence of the father.
Oh, they do that all the time.
There are a good few athletes whose fathers was the ones who took them to fucking practice, but they act like the nigga wasn't there and only focus on the mother. But you got it.
Yeah, it happens all the time. It happens all the time. But I digress. So you were saying something about chain of command.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know back during the Vietnam War, there was a thing called fragging. That's basically, like you said, so let's talk about a platoon. A platoon is usually about 50-something guys. You have a platoon leader, which is usually a lieutenant. Then you said squad leaders, which is 4 squad leaders, right? They're usually corporals, maybe a sergeant, right? Boom. And all of them are in charge of like 12, 13 guys, right? So if the platoon leader, the lieutenant, if he dies, one of the squad leaders, the highest ranking squad leader is next up.
Right.
If his leadership skills are so bad that he's getting people killed, there will be people in the platoon who basically plot and scheme his death with no grenade in his tent. That nigga's such a horrible leader. We got to off him. This person will be a better leader. So to your point, just because you are forced in a role of leadership doesn't mean you're going to thrive there.
Right.
It doesn't mean that. And this is for men or women. The problem with a lot of guys, including the guy in the video, he doesn't understand that men, and a lot of feminists don't like this, but it's the truth. Men were built to lead.
Mm-hmm.
They were built, period. Now, through evolution and through technology, women are now in a position where they can work alongside men. And they can hold leadership roles within the companies that they work for. And the problem is thinking you can come home and do that shit at the crib. Now, with a weak man who's devoid of masculine leadership, you can do that with him. But when you're dealing with a man's man, a natural born leader, a man who is just very adept at running his shit, it won't work, right? And what happens with a lot of guys, they deal with women on a woman's terms. So they compromise that. They compromise parts of their manhood so they can be agreeable to get the woman. But then when they get into the relationship, the balance, that's where all the arguing and the animosity and the resentment comes in at. She's mad because she has a bitch of a man, and he's mad because he has an overbearing woman, right? But I got it.
I think it's if you really think about it, it's really some sad shit, right? Because all he did was highlight how weak men were. Mm-hmm. Because, I'll tell you this. Like, I know some people are watching and they're like, "Oh, you guys are bashing on women. They can't do this. They can't do that." And it's not that they can't. It's just that society has minimized the role of women, where they said it's not enough. You have to be a leader to be a good woman, right? Because of the lack of men out there who are weak, they had to fill in that void. There's a perspective that I have that I like to tell guys. A lot of y'all look at your mom like she's a good woman, but she ain't never been your woman. So you don't know. She's a good mom. Right? She's a good mom, but you don't know what type of woman she is.
Right.
You don't know if she's popping it on a handstand in there and keeping it exciting or doing everything your dad told him to do. You don't know. What you equate to is, oh, my mom was so excellent and such a good mom. So that puts her on a certain pedestal. So now you look for women to be like that on that pedestal, where you're looking for another mom. You're not looking for a woman. And in that case, you don't know what a good woman is.
Right.
You just know what a good mom is. Now, those might be some qualities you want in your woman if you're going to have kids with them. but you still don't know what your mom is as far as when it comes to being in a relationship and being with a man. But yet you still judge it as if that's her whole thing, which makes it complete. Like, oh, this is what women do when they're with men. They lead. No, that's what moms do when they take care of their children.
I also tell you this. There was a very, very popular passport bro, younger guy. You know what I'm saying? I don't know the name his name. Some of y'all might know who he is, right? I know it was me and 50. I don't know if Steve, I don't know Jay Roman, I don't recall if you were part of that video, but there was a video that we did. And he was in one of them foreign countries that he be in. And he had this chick. And they were in a grocery store. And she was asking him, what do you want me to get? And he said, just get whatever. You know, this is what my mother used to do. She would just get whatever. Right? This is what he's telling her. That's what my mother used to do. Just get whatever. So it's almost like he's going back to his childhood and he wants a woman to replicate some of the things that his mother did. And he doesn't understand that you're not looking for your mother in a woman. Okay, that's not what you should be looking for. So even a lot of times when guys think about women cleaning, they look at it from that perspective. I want a woman to do for me because I'm used to being taken care of. No, having a woman cook and clean for you is not about I refuse to do it. I want someone to do it for me. That's not what a woman is for. She's not your fucking mother, right? Now, we all know that women have a nurturing side and all of that. But there's a big difference between a mother nurturing a man that she admires and looks up to versus her having to take care of a child man, right? A grown-ass nigga that don't know how to do shit and can't give her directions, right? And this is the problem. Let me say this, I'm gonna pass it to y'all. A lot of guys literally think leadership is about making the most money, and that's it. That's it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, go ahead. No, you got it. That's it.
I want to piggyback a little bit off of what you said when it comes to the cleaning and stuff. And just so guys can really understand, is she assigned the cooking and cleaning as part of the role for the household, or is it to take care of you? And there's a difference than that. There's a difference between a guy that's saying, hey, I'm out here getting it, doing this, taking care of that, taking care of this. I delegate this to you.
Yeah.
And we'll create that where, hey, if I'm busy doing this, somebody has to do that. I don't want to have to worry about that because I know I got somebody that is able to handle it. That's able to handle what is assigned. There's a difference between that and saying, hey, I need you to do it because I can't do it. I don't know how to do it. So you still could be doing the same thing, but the mentality of it is always different, which leads to this, to where we at. Manhood is a skill set, and that's the mental mentality that you need to have for it.
And you know what it's about also, fellas, is when you are in a leadership position, you are a delegator. Basically what you said, Jay Roman. See, and this is the problem with most men. Most men don't have a vision beyond a woman fucking sucking them, looking pretty on her arm, and just cooking and cleaning. That's their vision of a woman. It's superficial shit, right? So for them, they be like, my job is to get to the money and boom, and just have a woman who does all that.
All right. We got 240. Who this? Touchmaster, what's going on with you?
What's up, nephew? Jay Roman, K Zagan, and Mr. Miles. What's up?
What's up, man?
What's up, fam?
Yeah, I wanted to just drop this knowledge before I pull out. Pause. So my father taught me one thing. He taught me if a motherfucker don't want to fuck with you, leave. Just don't fuck with them. My mother and father weren't married. All right, so we moved around New York. Right, we was old. They were older, so they weren't married. I came along. So my father stayed with us for a little bit, and my mother had to move somewhere else. He couldn't come with us because of how the system was, a man can't be in the house unless it's your husband and all that shit because we was on the system. So when we went to the projects, he came and lived with us. So he stayed with me about 3 years. And I'm gonna tell you, that was the best 3 years of my life because he was around. You know, he worked every day, but at least he spent time with me. He lived with my mother. He spent time with me, right? So one day, my mother and father, I guess they had a spat because I heard one night. And so my mother said, you know, fuck it, I don't need you to leave.
Mm-hmm.
He said, really? He said, really? She said, I don't need you. He said, all right. I came home from school the next day, all his shit was gone, right? So I'm like, oh shit, the nigga really left, right? My mother cried for 90 days.
What?
Cried her fucking ass off. I sat there one day and I got tired. I was like 10. I was like, the fuck you telling me to leave for? She got up and walked away, but she came back like days later, and I came up from school. I thought I was gonna get my ass whipped. She came, but she just grabbed me, just hugged the shit out of me. Like, what the fuck is going on? I think she realized that I realized that it wouldn't work just with her alone. We had to work together. I was now the man of the house. I think that's what the message. But the point I'm making is my father, when she said, I don't need you no more, salute, see you later. He went to his other bitch house over in Brooklyn. And in fact, that's where he died.
So here's what some women do, right? Because women have been conditioned by society that you don't need a man. And while a lot of women make enough money to do what they want to do, buy their own home, take their own trip, buy their own cars, and all that, which is great, it's fine. They still need a man.
Right.
They still need a man. I promise you they do. Look, let me tell you something. Any heterosexual woman that's single right now who says she's happy, she's either lying or she's happy right now. Give her about 3-6 months a year. Right? Right. At some point, she's gonna be like, I really, really want a man, and it's gonna be a craving, and it won't be just sexual.
Right.
Right. It'll be companionship and affection and all of that. Women need that, and they need that. Right. I don't care what women say. Right. But they don't like when people say you need it. Right. They no, I want it. No, bitch, you need it. Right. But they don't like it to come like that. Yeah, you might not need a man financially, but for every other aspect of human connection and all that, you need a man, right? Period. Right now. So
I'm worried about that.
What your mother did is what a lot of women do, is they think they have perceived power, right? And they think I can tell him to go and he gotta leave because this is my shit, right? That's their perceived power. But what happens is they're really giving that man an ultimatum. Like, do shit my way or you got to go. So do you really have power? Just because you have power to tell someone to leave the premises, do you really have power if you have to give them an ultimatum to do shit your way or else?
Right. Exactly.
Do you really have power? Because if you look up the definition of ultimatum, that's what a woman give you an ultimatum is. She's trying to seize power. And you won't let her. Right? So even when a woman... Look, let me tell y'all something. When a woman comes to you and threatens to break up with you, that's her giving you an ultimatum, right then and there. Right? It's her giving you an ultimatum. Act right or I'm gone. Right? What you should say is, bitch, bye. That's what you should say. But most guys don't say that. What do I got to do? Right? So once she realizes she got that power, she gonna run you. See, her kicking you out and you're saying I'm leaving, that's you saying I refuse to be ran by you. Right? So you got to get up and go. If you're trying to fight with her to stay, okay, that's you basically saying, I'm negotiating my manhood at this point. That's what you're doing, right? But y'all got it.
So I just wanted to share that story. It's not a ramble. And yeah, it's a fucking story because I'm 64 years old.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So just want to say that, because we all have experiences. And I wish a lot of y'all would call in with your true life experiences, man. We don't know your ass. I don't care. So call in with your shit too.
All right.
All right, y'all. Thank you, man. Happy Saturday. And, hope your team wins tonight.
All right. Appreciate the call, brother. Take it easy, man.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yeah.
So this is what I want people to understand. Men and women are biologically inclined to deal with each other on a biological level.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Now, you can make a choice not to deal with the opposite sex. I mean, you can make that choice, right? You can be a hermit living in a log cabin in the hills of Montana somewhere. You can do that if you want, right? But we are all biologically inclined to connect with women on some level, right? So the most basic level is sexual attraction or sex, right? That we're biologically inclined to procreate. So we're biologically inclined to fuck or to want to fuck each other, right? So that's going to happen. So when you talk about companionship, are you talking about sexual companionship? Or are you talking about long-term companionship?
You want to finish making the point, or?
Yeah. No, I want people to understand, because I'm a man. I enjoy female affection.
Right.
I enjoy the company of an attractive woman, but she got to fuck with me on my terms, though. So as much as I crave it and desire it, I'm extremely picky about how I get it, though. Right. But,
exactly.
Right.
Go ahead.
As it should be. So we got 347. You are on Live with the Manhood is a Skill Set Show. We got your host, K-Zag. We got J. Roman and Miles. Name, age, city, and how can we help you?
Peace, y'all. This is Paleo 36 coming from Brooklyn, New York.
What up?
Yo, Miles, is going on, brother? It's been a while since I've been on your live chat and all that. The masculine mindset and all that, man.
All right. What's going on with you, man? How you been?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm doing wonderful, brother. Now, I was just calling in the time on with you, what I'm hearing what's going on as far as the role of male and female. And all I want to say, man, if you just break it down, if you break down the simplest compound of just the woman is nothing without the man. That's why you can't look at the word within itself. Woman.
Mm-hmm.
The man is what makes a woman whole.
Exactly.
You can't get anything else besides that. So even just like how the brother J-Zag said, no matter how much money she makes, she still has to play the position of a woman.
Mm-hmm.
The position of a woman is what? To take orders.
Exactly.
So yeah, I mean, so yeah, you know what I mean? I listening to y'all brothers, I was just chiming in and stuff like that. That's about it.
All right.
I appreciate you.
All right, man. Thanks for calling in. You got any other questions or anything?
Oh, no. I ain't got no question, brother.
All right, bro. Have a great day, man. Thanks for supporting the show, brother.
Appreciate you, brother.
All right, take it easy.
All right, we good on calls right now?
Yeah, we're good on calls.
Okay, I'm gonna show y'all another
disagree
clip.
though. If somebody disagrees or you listening to it and you don't seem to, really understand the point or like that point, call in to the show.
Yeah,
call in, have that discussion.
Even women,
I don't mind having that discussion. Now,
I got a clip. It's very disturbing, and I'm gonna show you what happens when the woman is leading and she thinks you're a bitch. I'm gonna show you what happens. Let's check this out.
He's a cheater. 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 Look at the cheater. Turn around for your fans. He had a 2-year affair while I had his second baby. We intentionally had a second baby, and he was having an affair the whole time.
Okay.
See, so the guy in the first clip, right? He was confusing and conflating leadership for influence. These women are not leaders in their households. The man is heavily influenced by his desire to want to be with them so much that he simply just defers to the woman. In this situation, how much of a male do you have to be for your woman to say, I'm pissed off at you. If you want to get back in my good graces, this is what you're going to do. You're going to parade around in public, right? You cheated on me. I'm mad, right? And I'm going to tell you this. Because I did a video talking about where women settled for you. I'm going to tell you something right now. If a woman settled for you and you cheat on her, oh, nigga, it's World War III. This is why some guys will cheat and a woman will stay, and she might be a little upset, but she'll still fuck that nigga when he want to fuck. She won't get that nigga too much because that's her first choice. That's the guy she really wanted. So she'll put up a little more shit. But when a woman really don't want you and she settled for you and you do something, you're going to get that. Right? I just want to point that out, but y'all got it.
I'd have never been walking through that mall. I can't believe at some point, like I keep saying this, y'all, like at some point, you ain't perfect, right? No man is perfect, right? So everybody got their history and stuff.
Right.
But at some point, certain things should just wake you up.
Right.
Right. So certain things should just be like, what am I doing? Like, this is ridiculous. Like, you guys got to understand, start taking a little more key to yourself and your actions and ask yourself, why am I really doing this action? Why? Before you do that goofy shit, ask yourself really why. And if it's nothing to do with you and what you built as a personal goals or anything like that, and it's just for her, then you know you're doing it wrong. You're doing it wrong, and it should just wake you up. As soon as she thought she could write that sign, that should have woke him up. Like, what? You want me to do what? Like, the thought should have been so egregious that right then it'd have been it. And I understand. I understand. Some of y'all, I did her this way, I did her that way. Yeah, but you got to live and die with your consequences. And that's what being a man is. You got to live and die with your consequences. But you should never stop being the man, though, because you got to live with yourself, period, and look yourself in the mirror. I don't care what decision. Like, my worst decision, I'm good with, because I did that. And I can look myself in the mirror and say, hey, man, hey, we tried. It was a bad decision. On to the next.
Jay, I got a question. Jay, I know you have. Miles, have you ever cheated in a relationship? I know you don't fuck with that now. Okay.
No.
Jay Roman. So back in the day when you were a lot more youthful, supposedly, if and when, hypothetically speaking, if you ever cheated, did you ever apologize when the woman caught wind of it?
At some point, I probably did, but allegedly, I have never cheated. I have never cheated.
There you go.
Right? I have never cheated. And in my younger days, I used to live in the philosophy that you don't, there no such thing as lazy pimping, right? So like some guys, they get real comfortable and real disrespectful. They got, the person calling their house, they showing up late, they changing their whole schedule to go slide. I make my schedule. I'm the one who do, like, you got to conform to my time, right? So if you ain't conforming to my time, this ain't gonna work. I don't need it that bad. So, like, I ain't never really had those problems with somebody coming up to me like that and stuff. So
okay, all right. So real quick,
I was highlighted once though. Where I came in and my text messages was all highlighted. I was in yellow.
The point I want to make with that statement, but before I make that my point, Miles, can you show the fragrance and kind of speak to that real quick?
Oh yeah, man! It's masculine identity eau de parfum. You know what I'm saying? That means it's the highest concentration that you're gonna get, man. And man, it has notes of lavender, leather, tobacco, whiskey. It smells like champagne, man. It smells like celebration of manhood. It's called masculine identity eau de parfum. Is coming soon.
I do want to say something regarding the lavender, and people can look this up. And Miles, I don't know if you know this or not. I'm assuming you do. Is there are certain scents that are known aphrodisiacs, and lavender is one of them.
That's a fact.
So when people, this is what people don't understand. When people say that cologne or even perfume can be an aphrodisiac, if women are feeling you and you smell good, they hugging you. Chicks you just met, you smell good, right? It is. There is some validity to that. That's the point I want to make. So a lot of times when you see these commercials and these women are saying, "Oh, I love this scent," and if a guy wears this, I'll be with him, and then they try to pretend some strange guy walked by. Now that's not really true. That ain't really happening like that. A woman is not going to automatically be into you simply because you smell good. There has to be a lot of factors that are culminating at the same time. So they exaggerate the power of a scent being an aphrodisiac. It is, they just exaggerate it there. Right? But real quick, The Realist with the 1999, appreciate the good game. No, the point I wanted to make with that, because we was talking about guys just owning shit, right? So even with the cheating thing, my thing now, number one, y'all should not be cheating, right? Y'all should just let women know they're not the only one, and only deal with women that are going to rock with that. Period. Okay. Yeah. And I would tell you this, for a lot of you guys, you need to really be getting rid of a lot of women who aren't with that. As soon as they tell you that or whatever, You don't just be like, hey, if you fucking with me, it's something you got to deal with. If not, then you can just delete my number right now.
Thanks.
You know what I'm saying? Because what you want to do, part of masculine leadership is you leading shit. You leading the women and you managing your different situations with various women. You managing it. So any woman who might be a potential disruption, you got to get her out the way.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, even if it means you can't fuck her no more, you got to get her out the way. Right?
So the thing is, Zach, and I'm with you on that, you're 100% right. But the thing is, a lot of these guys lie to themselves by pretending like they want multiples, but they really don't.
Oh, I agree.
Like a lot of these guys is lovers. They want one girl, she just got to be down and all this stuff, and they friends and all, but really, and that's the thing that I really believe that, Miles, man, you hit it on the nail when you say you got to build your own identity first. Mm-hmm. Like, know what type of dude you are. Like, really know what type of dude you are. Like, some dudes, you can't handle multiple women. Some like you might want it, but you can't handle it.
Your mind ain't right.
You can't even sit down and enjoy a meal because you wondering if somebody gonna come behind you and you got this. Like, you can't handle multiple women. You can't handle the juggling. You can't handle the responsibility of the time, telling them both to do this or that. So my thing is just like, be honest with yourself. And if you have a hard time really being honest with yourself and you're always changing yourself, then you might want to get with Miles and say, hey, how do I build this identity for me? Because you got to start where you know yourself.
Bro, look, let me tell you something. I have a client, and if he's watching this, you know who you are. He has this main chick, right? But it's really his girlfriend. Now she's really his girlfriend. Now he'll say, no, we're not in a relationship. I'll be like, bro, you're girlfriend and boyfriend, right? and I said, that's what she looks at you as. It doesn't matter. See, a lot of guys, they get themselves in predicaments where they say out loud what the thing is with the woman, but the woman is like, nah, you can say that, but nigga, based on how you're moving and how I'm moving with you, this is what this is to me. Right. So when she's disagreeable, or you guys are arguing or not getting along, it's in direct correlation of what she thinks it is, not with what you say it is, right? And I tell him all the time, because he always wants to get bitches, and I said, bro, you're not cut for that. I said, you're not a player. I said, it's not in you to be one. And I told him, I said, for you to really get to the point where you are a player and you can manage multiple women and deal with their emotions and all of that, I said, you would have to drop your girl right now. Your girl that you would have to drop her and start all over. That's the only way. Because I'm trying to teach them, but I said it's not getting through to you because you think you can become a new nigga with new bitches, but stay the same old nigga with the old bitch. It don't work that way. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You got to revamp your whole mind where you're like that with everybody, right? Which means you got to get rid of people, right? It's kind of like you're reinventing yourself. So that when you reinvent yourself, you can't go back to the old block and hang out. You a different nigga as far as you evolving your mindset. So some of the things you might have did, you got to move away from and never revisit, right? And most guys, they're not ready to make that motherfucking leap, right? So to your point, Jay Roman, it's a lot of guys, they listen to us, right? And it's kind of like when you watch these mob stories and these drug dealer stories, it sounds exciting, right? Exhilarating, cars, women, money, lifestyle. But there's a downside. You're going to go to prison, right? Either someone's going to kill you for your spot or they're going to take you from your spot and incarcerate you. So a lot of guys don't understand that when you become a new person, you got to move away from certain things for you to actually flourish with that new mindset. And again, most guys, they really want a girlfriend. They want that feeling of affection, of companionship, of getting their emotions serviced, which is kind of funny, but yeah, that's a whole other thing. Right?
Well, they want a girlfriend.
Yeah.
They want a girlfriend, but they want a bomb-ass girlfriend. Like, they want the one, right?
Yeah.
But the thing is, they don't know how to do the work and what type of man to be to get that one. And so they would be riding, sliding with whoever allowed them to. And then like Bowser said, after a certain while, you in a situation where you really didn't pick the situation. Some of y'all won't let a person go to pick the next person.
Yeah.
Because you're afraid you're gonna miss out on that one right there in front of you. but you afraid to be like, hey man, I don't know, I ain't really feeling you, but she bad though, so I guess I gotta, move on. But you really, really, really gotta know yourself. And that's the thing. And then when you know that, like, it's crazy how easy it is because you won't even worry. You'll be siphoning through them. You be doing what's that thing they be swiping on the phone? Yeah, you'll be swiping in real life. You'll meet somebody like, yeah, it's nice to meet you. Swipe.
But when you're strong like that, when you are mentally sound and you have command over your emotional state, that's what it really is. Miles, can you put them on hold so I can do the super chat?
Okay. Yeah, guys, hold on.
Okay, Lord Jefferson with the Canadian dollar, $27.99. Salute, brothers. Appreciate you. All right, Miles, you got it.
Yeah, that's Canadian, folks, not California money. All right.
All right, we got 937. You're on live with the Manhood is a Skill Set Show. We got your host, K-Zag. We got J. Roman and Miles. Name, age, city. What's up?
Yo, it's Zay, 23, Ohio. What's good?
All right, what's going on, Zay?
So I've been just door dashing around, hollering at women, getting numbers and shit like that, or giving my number. So my question is, well, I didn't tell them. Don't y'all say that you should tell them straight up if you're trying to fuck or not?
Call her. Brother. Okay, brother, listen. I'm gonna say this. Bro, listen. I'm gonna answer your question because I already know where you're going.
I'm listening.
Okay, so I want you guys to understand something. All right. And the sooner y'all understand this, the better you will be. Because you should be tailoring your conversations around this fact. When you very first meet a woman, okay, listen, brother. When you very first meet a woman face to face, right, and this is assuming that the conversation is 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes long. Within that time frame, she already know whether she's feeling you or not. She already knows, right? So a lot of you guys, when y'all approach women, the first thing y'all think about is the exchange of contact information. That's your main goal or main mission in the interaction. It's almost like you feel like you accomplished something. All right, task 1, I accomplished it. Now let me ask her out later, or let me tell her what I want later. When what you really should be doing is during the first conversation, assuming you meet face to face, is letting her know right then and there where your mind is at. Okay, whether you're trying to fuck or whether you want to offer a date, whatever the case may be, whatever it is you're trying to do, let her know what your plan consists of. So when you guys exchange numbers on the strength of your plan, where she's showing interest in wanting to do what you want to do. But y'all got it.
So you said shouldn't not. So I mean, let me let you finish with the basis of your question. Go ahead.
No, yeah, I was going to ask because, like I said, I've been door dashing, just getting a bunch of girls' numbers. You know what I mean? And I've been giving my number, but they text me. I told them to text me, and they text me. But like Zaga said, I really didn't tell them I wanted to fuck. So at this point, I'm like, I do want to call them. So at this point, what do I do now?
Well, bro, you was at work, right? Because you said you was door dashing, and that's working, right?
Yeah, I've been door dashing around.
Yeah, so you don't want to be like, here's your pizza and some meat. Like you.
Nah. I've been hollering at the girls at the workplaces.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay. So caller, why not do this? If all you want to do is fuck, why not? Because you don't want to get overtly sexual there while they're on the job. You don't want to do that, right?
Right. Yeah, I was trying to get in and out.
But one of the things you can tell her is like, hey, look, I got to get up out of here. Look, I'm gonna keep it real with you. There are some things I want to say to you that are not for public consumption. I'm gonna need you to take out your phone and put my number in it. Right? I'm gonna need you to call me tonight when you get off work, and I'm gonna tell you exactly the shit I can't tell you right now. All right? Boom. That's it. I didn't say nothing sexual, but I implied some shit.
Right. Or you could say, like, since you say they're at work, you could be like, I got some things to say to you, but they're not safe for work. So text me tonight and we'll get into it. Something like that.
There you go.
That shit don't be coming to my mind like that.
Because
you ain't that nigga.
But now rep it.
But now we gave it to you, and you not done door dashing. So the next opportunity, you say something like that, then go ahead.
Okay, for sure.
You see, this is what we talk about a mindset. We just gave you the game, and you still referring to the fact that you still thinking about what you can do and what you don't do. We just gave you the fucking game, bro. It's time for you to get excited. It's time for you to think to yourself, okay, dope, got it. Next time, that's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna say. Let me see what happens. You see what I'm saying?
You said it's time to do that?
What you been saying to him? What you been saying to him so far?
No. Hold on 1 second, bruh. What are you doing? It's really the audio is getting real crazy. Are you driving?
Yeah, I'm driving.
Do you have your windows open or some shit?
Nah, it's snow. It's snow on the road and shit.
Oh, all right. Go ahead, Jay.
Now, what you be saying to him right now? Because you're getting their number, right?
I'll just say I'll say like I think she's pretty. I think she's attractive, and I tell her to take my number.
Nope.
And then that's simple like that.
You see. So, so Carla, let me ask you a question. Hold on, let me ask you. I want you to think about this. Do you want her to think that she's pretty or attractive to you, or do you want her to desire your dick? Which one?
Desire my dick.
Okay, so what that would entail is that how you step to the woman, how you present yourself, and what you say should be in alignment with that. How you speak should literally be in alignment with that. Telling a woman she's pretty has nothing to do with her getting your number and saying, "Ooh, I can't wait to hear what this nigga got to tell me. He got me wet thinking about. I hope that nigga say some nasty shit." Right? Now, are you prepared if a woman calls you and says, I've been thinking all night about the shit you got to say to me. So what's on your mind? Are you prepared to get straight to the sex talk right away if a woman calls you?
I got to.
No, it's not what I asked you. Are you prepared to? Do you have the jibs, nigga? Do you have the mouthpiece to get into it? Do you? Are you ready?
Shit, I gotta work it though. I gotta shit.
Okay. So,
I gotta give it.
Okay, so peep game. If a woman called you and said, Zay, nigga, you had me thinking about that shit all night. What's on your mind? Speak it, baby. Talk to me. Go ahead. Go. What you gonna say?
I'm gonna say, all right, come on over.
That's
it? Yeah.
Nah.
That's not me.
What? Go ahead, Miles.
No. Zay, you ain't no virgin, right?
Nah.
Okay. So that means you know what sex is like with a woman, correct?
Right.
Okay. So you know how a woman behaves when the sex is good to her, correct?
Right.
Okay. Can you describe what it's like when the sex is good to a woman right now?
She starts to treat you good, shit like that.
No, bro. No. I'm talking about within the actual act of sex. How does a woman behave when the sex is good to her, sir?
In the throes of passion, sir. In the throes of passion. How is she behaving?
She be moaning and groaning.
And?
Talking dirty.
And?
Shit like that.
What kind of stuff does she say when she talking dirty? You see, no, stop right there.
You giggling, nigga?
You see right there? That exposes that you are not comfortable completely with your sexuality, and that's why you have trouble talking to women about sex. Right there. You're not comfortable, sir. And if you're not comfortable, how do you expect a woman to be comfortable?
No, you're right. You're right.
So, you need to get comfortable, bro.
So the thing is, and this is I'm gonna just say this. It's not a knock. It's just this ain't your lane. So you did what your lane was. That's just to say a compliment, give her your number, hope she calls. She called, and now you're trying to slow play, pot roast the pussy. That's basically what you're doing. You're just trying to slow play it, see if you can say a couple nice things, get her out to go on a date that you pay for, but you're setting yourself up in a certain position, right? And you got to understand the position you're setting yourself up in. And if that's the position you like, cool. But I will tell you, there's a better and faster way, right? So you don't call to make an order, but not know what you want, right? So you don't call a restaurant and they'd be like, let me get right, because after a while, that's just irritating, right? They're on the phone, they ain't got a lot of time.
Right.
So what Zag is saying is, if you know what you want, you know how you want to present it, you know how you want to say it, it's going to lead your conversation. It is going to lead the conversation. So when they do call you, they already know what they're calling you for by the innuendos that you told them in the ear. And they're looking for more of it.
God
They're
damn
looking
it!
for more of it when they call you.
He said it
That's
again.
what
They're
excited
looking
them.
for what? What are they looking for, Jay Roman?
They're looking for more of it because that's what excited them to call you, right? So if you're calling her, giving her if you give her compliments and tell her to call you, what do you think she's looking more for? More compliments.
You're gonna look for more, yeah.
She's looking for more to make her feel good. And I like it when he comes by. He always makes me feel good. My boyfriend, me and him had an argument, but he comes in and says I'm pretty and I look nice. And I thought I looked busted at work today, but I'm flipping this pizza and got pizza dust all over me. And here he comes saying I look pretty. Thank you very much. But it's a difference on what you say.
Okay.
But Zay, listen. You say you want to meet girls and get them enticed to smash, right? That's what you said?
Right.
How, bro?
Yeah.
How? Well, when I asked you, all I asked you to do was describe how a woman behaves during sex and you started giggling like a little bitch. How the fuck you expect a woman to really get with you on that? Because you over there talking about you want a girl to be enticed to fuck, right?
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question. Has it ever worked out exactly how you wanted it, where you met a woman, you wanted her to be enticed to fuck, and then she was just enticed to fuck, and then y'all went back to the crib and smashed, and it happened just like that same day?
No, I always had to wait.
You always romance the stone, huh?
You always had to wait?
How long? How long
on average? Like we'd be cool.
For how long?
With each other.
How long on average are you waiting?
5 days to a week.
5 days to a week. And how many times you got to call her?
About 3. I'll say 3.
3 to 4 times in a week. And how many dates you had to go on?
Yeah.
How many dates?
Usually average,
I don't really
whatever.
go on that.
Okay, cool. So let me ask you another question. So two questions. How many times are you seeing them, like in each other's physical presence before you fuck? And on these phone calls, how long are you on these phone calls? How long are you talking? How many minutes?
I'd say I see them between 30 minutes to an hour.
Mm-hmm.
And then what was the second question?
You said no. Okay.
No, you asked how many times are you seeing them within that time, within the 3 to 5 days?
Within that time, like how many are you seeing them 2 or 3 times before you fuck? That's what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, about 1 to 2 times.
Okay.
Hold on real quick. I'm sorry. I need to get this. Okay. You say you don't really go out on dates though. So when you meet them these 1 to 2 times, what are y'all doing?
We just be hanging out. We just be around with friends and stuff like that. But it don't be like a single date.
You see? And you said you're on the phone for 30 minutes to an hour with them?
Yeah.
Brody 23, and I forgot.
So real quick, Jerome. So Zay, this is what you're doing. You're presenting the next guy they're going to date. You say you got him around friends, right? That's what you should never introduce a woman to any of your friends unless she's already earned a girlfriend label. Right? So you're doing shit that boyfriends would do, right? You're doing shit that a boyfriend would do. In 30 minutes to an hour on the phone, multiple times a week with a woman you just met, that shit is ludicrous, bro. You're not the guy. See, this is what you are. You're the guy where a woman says, I really don't want to fuck him, but if he shows me the requisite attention, I might give him some pussy. That's who you are to women. You're that guy.
I'm gonna tell you this, man. You got to have a little more self-confidence with yourself too. If you're always trying to hang out, partly is because you don't think you can give a good time to anybody individually. So what you're trying to do is piggyback and have a good time hanging out like you were in high school. You're not in high school anymore, man. Y'all go and it just be y'all two. But you got to be good company by yourself to be good company to somebody else.
Right.
So you got to know what you want to do and have a good time and go from there with that one person. Don't be afraid to just, hey, it's just me and you. The thing is this, and I'm gonna just be honest with it. At 23, right? I know you got a lot of stuff going through your head and things like that, but you should always have a portion of yourself always trying to improve yourself from the next day to the next day. So whatever you're lacking in right now, and this ain't got nothing to do with girls, just period, you're gonna always try to improve yourself. Understand what you did in high school ain't always what you should be doing as an adult on his path to improve himself, right? So my thing is, yeah, you gathered in high school. We're grown now. You're 23 years old, man. If you can't sit across from somebody, a female, and have a conversation that's enjoyable, where you're all laughing and talking and whatever, then that says something more about yourself.
So
you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay. No, yeah, I understand. I understand.
So this is what you got to do. You got to make up your mind, right? Because you said you don't do dates, but you hang out. Same shit. The only difference is you're spending money at one place, but not the other. But you still have a woman in your physical presence, non-sexual. Same shit. I don't care if you met her at a park, a friend's party, a bar. It's the same shit in the sense that you're hanging out with the chick. So if you're gonna do that, you might as well do something like Jay Roman was saying, where it's just you two, right? Now, and what it shows me is you don't know how to carry a conversation by yourself, so you use the background chatter of other people to help you. Okay, that's what that says to me, right?
Yeah, good observation.
Yeah. So that's part of it, where you use like the entertainment of things around a woman to kind of help you keep the conversation intact, because you don't know how to dictate it by yourself, where you're the lead one dictating the pace of shit. Right now, you need to make up your mind. Okay, if there's nothing wrong with you wanting just sex, there are plenty of women out here that are on that kind of time, right? So if all you want is straight sex, again, if you're meeting women, number one, you need to be meeting women at other places, and not just at the fucking job thing where you're going to places to pick up food. You have to have other places where you're meeting women at, right? So if you're mainly meeting women there, okay, you are lazy macking, right? You're trying to find what you think is easy shit. Okay, and if you're doing that, what you're probably doing is you're waiting until after you've been to these places a couple of times and seen that girl a couple of times. Then you finally mustered up the courage to try and
I ain't doing
you ain't doing that. Good. I'm glad to hear that then. So
do you stay by yourself? What's your situation? Do you stay by yourself?
Yeah, I stay with roommates. I stay at a house with roommates.
So that's how you bring them. You bring them to the house, and you'll be hanging out with your roommates.
I mean, yeah, sometimes.
Yeah.
Doing what? What are y'all doing?
Are y'all equal? Like
we play Uno. We play Uno, and you know.
So when y'all hanging out, what are y'all doing? Y'all watching TV and listening to music?
Watching shit. Okay. Kicking back.
I've been there. I've been there.
Real quick, I want to smoking weed and drinking. That shit too, right?
Yeah, but I don't drink, but they do. Yeah.
No, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with any of that. Well, the point I'm trying to make is that you're doing like, this is my new buddy. She's part of the clique type shit. That's what you're doing.
Well, I can tell you this. I've been there. I had a house with two other roommates, and I would tell her when she was coming my way, hey, if you coming over here right now to hang out, you got to bring two friends for my friends.
Yeah,
right.
You did that too.
So it was equal numbers and stuff. But I always took a long walk with them individually, right? So I let her know, like, look, my interest really ain't in this hangout. You know, if you coming over here, it's because at the time I didn't have a lot of money, so I wasn't going to hang out nowhere, right? So if you want to see me, you better come see me in between these walls that I'm already paying for. So come over, bring your friends. but I'm gonna take this long walk with you. And in that long walk, I'm telling you right now, it's a whole nother side. What is up? What is up with us? I'm telling you right now, this is what I want to do. This is what we're gonna go back in here. We're gonna close this door. We're gonna let them have that. We're gonna be chilling, me and you. I don't care if I gotta watch a whole nother movie in my room. I'm letting her know the deal is right.
Hey,
and I ain't shy about it. I ain't shy about it, right? So my thing is, you have to understand that sometimes your situation, I get your living situation, and it might be your money situation too, right? I couldn't go a lot of different places. My money was for gas, if we're rent at that time. So cool, come hang out. Now, are you telling her to bring something? Hey, when y'all come this way, because I tell you right now, me and the homies would get on the line. We'll have a whole 5-course meal that was brought by the ladies.
Or
understand that when you're taking control of things.
Yeah. Or J. Roman, there were times where I would meet chicks out and about. I would meet them somewhere. And I would get sexual with them right away. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much like how I kind of told you. When they would call me, I would say, look, I'm at the crib. I got a roommate, right? I got a lock on my door. When you come through, we're going straight to my room.
Yep.
And we're going to get busy. Yep. So literally, my homie there, knock at the door, chick. I introduce him to the chick real quick. Boom, take her back to the room, close the door, lock it, put on some music, and knock it out, right? So even if the woman's coming by with your roommates there, before she even come by, let her know what the deal is.
I told one Zach, don't even speak to my friends. I don't even want you speaking to my roommate. If I hear you speak to my roommate, you can go home. Like this is, hey, come straight in. I'm unlocking the door, walk straight in and walk straight to the back. You know, so like
I got a question though. So is there a certain type of precaution you got to take? Because you said you tell them to come straight to the crib. So do you just trust them to come to the crib? Or how does that work?
Back then when I was young, yeah. There wasn't a lot of vetting back then when I was young. I'm gonna just be 100% honest with y'all. You know, I was out here just, meeting and smashing. So, it wasn't a lot of vetting, but, what are you, when you bring up that, understand what you're doing though, right? So you say, hey, I want a woman I'm gonna find to smash. So then at that case, you should know where you want to smash it. Like I smashed in my car a lot. Like I pulled over. I done got tapped on the window by a lot of security officers saying y'all can't be here. So
yeah.
I'm just keeping it real. Like, so you don't have to be at your place. You don't have to be there. But just saying, like, if you feel uncomfortable in any which way, then yeah, no doubt.
Hey. Go ahead, Miles. You got it.
I was gonna say, you asking, do you just go ahead and trust them to bring them back to your house? But isn't that what you said?
Yeah, you said you wanted to do that. What's the problem?
You said you did. You bring them back to and hang out with your roommates.
No. I would be out there somewhere like at the bar or something with them first, and then eventually we'll have them come over. You know what I'm saying? Once I know they're cool.
Okay.
He's trying to have conversation. Oh, okay. All right.
Okay, but do you have them come over on the strength of, hey, when we get to this crib, you're gonna be walking differently when you leave? Are you on that?
Nope.
Or you like, let's hang out and put something in the air.
Oh,
What are you doing?
He just be like, yo, just come over and kick back. My homie's at the crib.
Nah, bro. I have never invited a woman over that I met at. Anytime I met a woman at a bar or a club, if there was an invitation for her to come to the crib, we talked about fucking first. It ain't no come to the crib, let's hang out, and I'm hoping that it leads to sex. No, we're talking about sex. She's coming over for a particular purpose, right? And that's so I can lay some pipe. That's it.
You know what I used to do? Shit. I used to drive.
What are we doing?
I used to drive the wackest route to my house, right? A whole bunch of curves and stuff. I could have drove easily down one block and took a left, but I'm driving through the neighborhood, so they don't even know how really to get to my house next time. That was part of my protection, right? Like I'm taking the long way, turning 2 corners and boom, here we are. But you're 23, man, and I like that you calling this show None of this type of stuff was, you know, when I was growing up, it was uncles and stuff like that telling us different tidbits on how to be. So, you know, you got this show, you got the show tomorrow, you got, you know, these brothers, you can get on their program and stuff. So you could be way better than I was at 23. You know, so even though I was fly as fuck, but you can still be a little better.
But see,
so
but
my,
Jay
thing,
Roman.
my,
Go ahead. Go ahead. My bad.
My thing is, I wasn't thinking about that safety back then like that. Yeah. On a slight note, I was, because I didn't want no stalker. But at the same time, you know, I just kind of made it hard for you to kind of remember to get to my house. But honestly, they probably knew how to get to my house.
See,
the only reason I brought that up is because I learned that from y'all telling me that I need to be safe.
But caller. Okay, so here's the thing then. If you're going to deal with a woman and you want to make sure, it's not about you like the bitch might kill me in my sleep, or you shouldn't be spending that with no bitch, no way. What it's really about, okay, and I said this, and I'm not the only one who said this, you should only be dealing with women that got something to lose anyway. Okay? You shouldn't be dealing with ratchet chicks who ain't about shit. You should only really be dealing with women that got some sense and a good head on their shoulders, right? But if you want to make sure that how she behaves or conducts herself is in alignment for your standards, then you can just say, hey, meet me here. You know what I'm saying? We're going to chop it up for a taste, right? And that's all you're just sitting down, right? Hollering at the babe and just seeing how she responds to you and seeing whether or not she's worth the dick and whether or not she's going to get the pleasure and the motherfucking privilege of seeing the inside of your dwelling. And this is, a lot of you guys need to look at it like that. Like, yeah, but you got to be privileged to come over here, right? To hang around me, to be around me. Like, you got to actually start thinking like that. So that way, when you actually deal with certain women, you're a little bit pickier of who you get that energy to.
Right.
See, and that's the part of the development. Go ahead, caller.
Yeah. So how do you determine that, K-Zag? Just in the
masculine identity. Masculine identity.
Yeah, I think you should go to masculine identity.
You have to know who you are.
See, because what Zag was just telling you was like the opening up to some real game, because that requires discipline. It requires to not just look at her and say, "Ooh, you fine. I want to smash. So let's go right now." It requires you to have some sort of standard, some line that you will not cross. So you will pass that up. No matter if the homie's like, "Ooh, she bad." Nah, man, she ain't gonna fit me. She's not gonna, just bring her back to the house. That always works. Nah, I don't want her to come to the house. So it requires some thought, some discipline, some structure. And that's when you start really, because the game is really about yourself and really solidifying those things and growing as it goes. So the way I was acting at 23, right now, man, y'all don't even know. I had to go through some shit. Bro, I woke up one day. This lady was just this girl there sitting there staring at me while I was sleeping. I mean, she was legs crossed on the bed, staring at me, was sleeping, and then asked me about my middle name and everything because she seen some piece of mail and stuff.
I did a video talking about that a few days back. But go ahead, Jay. I'm gonna speak to it.
And that was some crazy shit. Cause I'm like, I didn't go by my whole name then. But you asking me my whole name right now? And I realized you was up in my house snooping when I was knocked out. When I was laying there. So, wow. Like you gotta learn. I had to learn from those experiences, but I don't need to get shot to know it hurts to get shot, right? So you can look at these shows and say, hey, man, I got a lot of brothers telling me this is how you keep it safe, or this is how you do certain things. I don't have to go through that experience to realize I can avoid a lot of stuff if I really start concentrating on developing some game here.
See, Jay Roman, let me say this, and let me say this, and this is the thing that guys get wrong about what we talk about. This platform, this show, what Miles does, what Jay Roman does, what 1950, Steve, Lucario, everybody, what we do, this is not about getting pussy, right? This is not about women. What it's about essentially is you as a man having it your way in life overall, and especially when it comes to women specifically, because it's what we're talking about. But doing it all on your terms without putting yourself in compromising situations to achieve it. To go about it in a way where you're getting exactly what you want, you're cool. The women or the woman you're dealing with, they're cool with how you have shit laid out. So all you're doing is you're lessening the likelihood of drama and bullshit in your life. A lot of these guys who have platforms where they mainly talk about the beauty of a bitch, where they're talking about getting pussy at all costs, they completely gloss over the funky situations you're putting yourself in to get those things. They literally leave that shit out a lot of the times, right? Because they're not really teaching you how to be men. They're teaching you how to get pussy, right? We're telling you, yeah, you can get pussy, but there's a better way to do it, bro. There's a way to do it where it's on your terms and not the woman's terms, right? Because anytime you do anything on a woman's terms, drama will ensue. Chaos will ensue. A disruption to your life, your peace, and your calm will ensue every fucking time.
Mm-hmm.
And this is my last point. Go ahead, caller.
I got an order, but I'm gonna listen. I'm gonna listen in.
Okay.
I'm listening. I appreciate y'all. I really do.
All right, take it easy, brother. We appreciate you.
This is my last comment on this. Zag, what you saying, and it's so needed because if you really think about it, these youngsters see images and TV programs and shows all day where it don't show anybody that has a drawn line and concrete for men, right? They always show a weak dude. They always show he's the pun of every joke. He's floundering. He doesn't take any control, and then on the opposite side they show some dude dragging a woman out. He's abusive if he does. They never show a guy that's doing what he needs to do as a man, and these are the images that we see that they keep repeating. So a lot of times this is the type of stuff right here, if you didn't go through this experience, you don't learn from. You don't learn that there's a better way. You don't learn that, hey, maybe I shouldn't just bring everybody back to the house. Maybe I shouldn't do this. Maybe I should have a little more discipline. This is the type of stuff that we are telling you guys that really, if you haven't seen it yet, that it ain't just about women, it's more about yourself. Then you kind of that's when Miles. You ever see Miles put his hand on his head and he just kind of act like he detaches from the conversation because it's so elementary to not get that point.
No, this is why. Let me say this. Shout out to Steve the Dean in the motherfucking building. Shout out to that brother.
What up?
This is why when they ask certain questions, when is it okay to kiss a woman? What if she gets mad at you for this? Or what if you call her and she takes? It's like you're not getting it. It's completely escaping you what we're actually trying to teach because you're so surface level. You're worried about. Look, let me tell y'all something. In the grand scheme of life, unless a woman is pushing out your baby, her vagina is insignificant. Okay?
Right.
Okay. Let me say that shit again. In the grand scheme of life, unless a woman is pushing out your seed, meaning you want that woman to have your baby, her vagina is really insignificant, right? It's insignificant, right? As human beings, right? You make a decision to view certain things certain way, right? Like you guys who elevate a woman because of her beauty, that's a choice, right? You guys that pedestalize women because you want to fuck them so bad, these are choices, right? But what you fail to realize is your unhealthy desire for these choices, it has you making decisions valuing the wrong thing, right? This is why, an example, again, the issue with claiming women can lead in relationships. A lot of guys, they falsely think they're leading simply because they're spending money. I'm going to use the Passport Bros. I haven't talked about them in a minute. I'm going to use them as an example. They think they're leaders because they have money and they have the upward mobility to go from place to place. They think that is roped into masculine leadership, doing that, right? And that's not true. Okay, let me explain what I mean. I've often said it's not what you do, it's why.
The intention, yeah.
It's the intention behind it. I can go to a foreign country and I'm not thinking about pussy at all. I'm literally going because there's things I want to see there. there's experiences. Like when I go to foreign countries, I always go to a hole in the wall place because I want to experience their food, not the tourist food, their food, and their beer. Like when I was drinking, I don't drink anymore. But when I was a beer connoisseur. I want to go to that foreign country and have their beer. I don't want Heineken in Japan. Well, I've never been to Japan, but what I'm saying is I don't want that, right? So my point is, if I'm going to these different places because I want to travel and I want to experience different cultures, that's my primary reason why I'm there. Now, while I'm there, if I happen to see some attractive women, well, now I have a secondary reason why I'm there. I'm gonna go ahead and run through one of the natives right quick, right? The problem with a lot of guys is they're mainly motivated to go to these places to try and attract a woman. So we're both going to foreign countries. We're both dealing with women. They're just dealing with women on a woman's terms, and I'm dealing with women on my terms. See, and I say they're dealing with women on the woman's terms is because they already have to have the money before they get there, or the woman won't talk to them. Right? Anyway, I want to say that, but y'all got it.
Facts. All right, guys, call in 919-647-9392. Call in 919-647-9392. Please don't wait till the end of the show. Just go ahead and call in. All right.
Yeah, let me say this. He said passport bros always go to another country to pay for ghetto chicks, not even women that have a lot to lose. Bro, I said this. How many of these passport bros are fucking with entrepreneurs in these foreign countries? Women who are lawyers and doctors and pediatricians, shit like that. Women who got real fucking careers, pharmacists, all of. How many guys are fucking with women like that? A lot of these guys are fucking with massage parlor bitches who do lashes, right? Hey, look, nothing wrong with whatever you got to do to make money. What I'm trying to make is it's always a certain demographic of a chick. Like, I'm just saying. It's not by accident. And the reason why, and let me just say this real quick. We good on calls now?
Yeah, we good on calls for now. Yeah.
Okay, let me just say this, right? Damn, I lost my fucking point. God damn it. It don't matter. Fuck it. Let me just go.
I'll tell you this.
Real quick, my bad. Frankie Shaw with the 5. I purchased the last Shea Butter and Masculine Identity soap yesterday. I'm looking forward to it. Do your thing, my brother. Miles, much respect. Okay, go ahead, fam.
Sir, appreciate it.
Yeah, I'll tell you this, man. I know a couple folks that be going overseas and going to these different countries. And one of the things my boy said, he said, "Hey, if you a sucker here, you're gonna be a sucker there."
That's facts.
Period. And there's nothing more than that. Like, if you don't change yourself, there's no difference on where you at. You're still gonna be the same person. So, and a lot of times I take that when I counsel, there's some youth that I counsel, and sometimes they say they got to move to get out their situation. And yeah, sometimes the move is good, right? But I realize when you move, you're so used to something that you start to congregate around the same element just in a new spot.
Yep.
Right. So just in a new spot, because you are who you are, unless you really take the time to say, you know what, I got to change the way I think, change the mentality. So yeah, you might be able to get more bang for your buck, or you might be able to get, a little more attention. But at the end of the day, they see a sucker just like they're going to see a sucker here.
You're a client. You're a customer. This is what guys don't understand. Like when they say that a woman who dresses provocatively, they say she's wearing a uniform. She's wearing the uniform of a whore. I'm not saying that. That's what people say. So even with a prostitute, a lot of times when you see a prostitute, you know it's a prostitute because she's wearing a uniform. She's showing you who she is by what she's wearing, that she's open for business. But a lot of guys don't understand. They wear the uniform of a trick, of a sucker, right? And a lot of times it's a guy with different adornments, and he's trying to get attention. And one of the things that he leaves with his wallet. He's automatically showing, yes, I got it. Right. And he thinks he's in a lead position. So, and let's go back to the first clip that we saw, because the guy, again, he was confusing and conflating the difference in leadership and influence. What a lot of guys don't understand, guys who are mainly motivated to make money so they can take care of a woman, they're influenced by that woman, or they're influenced by the prospect. In order for me to get an attractive woman, I have to reach a certain destination of financial success. I have to get here. right? So they're heavily influenced by the desire of that woman, right? Once you're influenced by someone else to do something, you're already under their leadership. You're already under their leadership, right? You're already under it. You've already submitted to the idea of I have to do this to get her. This is why we tell you guys, stop trying to get women. Present them with an opportunity. And if they want to be chosen by you, that's the chick you give an opportunity to. Too many guys are out here, you're dealing with a woman and you want the woman to choose you. So there's a difference in how the woman views you. And there's a difference in her level of investment. When a woman wants to be chosen by you, she understands that sex is the lowest form of investment and that she has to do a lot more. When you're trying to choose a woman, her fucking you is the highest form of investment for you because you're willing to pay for it. And her submission is an even higher form of investment, right? So now if you want her to stick around past fucking, now you got to pay more money for it. You got to take care of her now. Yeah, and you know, to sleep with her quick, you got to give her some money right now, right? You're just temporarily paying for her company. But if you want her company over an extended period of time, you got to spend more money, right? So a lot of you guys, you're already financially submissive. That's what you are. You are financially submissive. And I'm going to do a whole video about that, where look, this shit is wild, Miles. That shit that was sent to us in the Real Game No Theory IG chat, where that chick was talking about a financial dom. Man, there's websites for that shit, bro. Right? They call them pay pigs. Where there's literally women, just like there are men who teach men how bondage and shit like that. There are women who teach women the same thing when it comes to getting a man's money. Right? Yeah. Yo, this shit is wild. Right? So I'm gonna do a whole joint talking about that. But y'all got it, man.
And my thing is this: like, if I don't knock what you do, because that's you and it's not me. Right?
That's exactly what they're called, Lord Jefferson. I'm gonna do a whole joint about that. That's exactly what they're called.
I don't knock what you do, but the thing is, don't lie to yourself about what you're doing. That's my only thing. Don't lie to yourself about what you're doing. If you're going over there and you spitting out that cash to get that ass, that's on you. You know, but don't lie to yourself and be like, I got real good game out here spending cash to get this thing. Like, so, you know, be honest with who you are, no matter what your situation is. If you like a woman to take control of you, like that is your thing, you like to do it, so be it. But don't do it and then complain about it, because then you realize that's not really you.
Right.
Because you would have nothing to complain about. When she told you to shut up, you'd have just been like, oh, that's my baby. But now you having an argument and you're storming out or you're throwing things or you're trying to get louder than her. That's because it's not comfortable to you for that to happen. So you really got to be honest with yourself. Like, is this me? And then go from there.
Well, I would say this. Show me a man who is happy in a relationship, who's really happy, like he's elated. And I'm going to show you a man who didn't have to compromise himself to be in that relationship. Show me a man who's miserable, he's always complaining, and I'm going to show you a man that compromised parts of his manhood. And he didn't think about the long-term implications and ramifications of doing so, right? Simply because he wanted the woman so bad. But now, and what happens is guys think because they're at a certain level financially, and I'm taking care of everything, I'm paying for everything, you're supposed to respect me because I'm doing my job.
Right.
As a hub, I'm doing my job. No. You're not doing your job. If you were doing your job, you would have been leading that woman. That woman would have been influenced by you. Okay, you're influenced by her, right? Which is why you're doing what you're doing, right? And I want to say there's a big difference between a man who is a provider, because being a provider for a woman is much deeper than money, right? But guys who think on the surface, they think being a provider for a woman is mostly financial. And these are the guys who are financially submissive guys, right? They think that. They think that it's the natural order of things, and it's not.
All right, so we got 503. You're on live on the Manhood is a Skill Set Show. We got your host, K-Zag. We also got J. Roman and Miles. Name, age, city. How can we help you?
Hey, nice to meet you guys that I don't know. It's J40. Just wondering if no donation is okay today, or I didn't see that on there.
Yeah, it's a free call. Go ahead.
Yeah, but if you feel so inclined, don't hesitate.
I've been talking to you and Mr. Lucario, of course, and I don't know you other two guys, but nice to meet you. And I think
this is wait. So we got J Roman with the mirrored sunglasses, and we got K Zaggin in all black. So now you know.
Thank you, sir. Nice to meet you guys. My name's Jay. And so I've been calling in, chatting with Miles and Mr. Lucario. And what you guys are talking about today is making yourself your own mental point of origin.
Okay.
And so not being influenced by a woman's program, because the moment you start to follow her, you've already lost. It's basically what you've been talking about.
Right.
Well, but here's the thing, though. Most guys have already started following women before they even meet a woman. Their mindset. See, here's the thing, right? We're trying to get guys to switch their mindset because they have a conditioned mindset that's built to follow women. It's built to acquiesce to a woman's commands and demands. It's already in them to be that way. They just don't realize how deep it is within them. So a lot of guys, when they complain about the behaviors of women online, it's because they think there's something wrong with the woman, but it's something wrong with them and their lack of leadership attributes, which is why they're getting the responses they get from women. They think, no, the woman is just, this is what guys got to understand. All the woman is doing is being a reflection of what she sees from you. That's all she's doing. She's being a reflection. If you are a weak man, right? She has to what's the word I'm looking for? She has to compensate for your weakness. Because there has to be, when you deal with any relationship, for a relationship to be healthy between a man and a woman, there's a certain balance that needs to exist from the woman's side and the man's side. When a man is acting less than a man, they're out of balance already. So now the woman has to overcompensate for that, and the relationship is shitty. But y'all got it.
So, caller, did you have any questions or anything else you wanted to say?
Well, it's interesting, man. So I'm actually, don't want to dox myself, whatever, of course, but I'm a marriage counselor. And so I deal with these issues directly, And so I'm definitely encouraging men to pursue their own hobbies within that marriage, right? As it definitely makes them even that much more attractive to their wives.
Well, I have a question for you, because you're a marriage counselor. So I'm assuming when you do your consultations, you try to be neutral. I'm assuming?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm assuming that you teach about compromise then.
Yes.
See, we ain't fucking with that over here. So let me ask you a question, though. Let me ask you a question, because I'm curious. So what are some of the things that you have men compromise to make them more palatable for their wives?
Well, it's a good question. Let's see.
That was a good question, Zach.
Yeah.
I'm curious. Yeah.
Time, I suppose. Women are always after our time.
You suppose? This is your job. What are we talking?
He says, no. He says time, and then what else? Because I'm curious. I'm very curious on that too.
So I'm gonna ask you another question. Now I want you to answer that question, but I'm gonna ask you another question attached to that. The shit that you tell, and don't dox yourself. Don't say your name. I'm gonna ask you something for real. The shit that you tell people in this marriage counseling, are these the things you practice yourself in your own relationships, or do you know you're full of shit when you're being neutral?
No,
or is it really you? That's what I'm asking.
I've been practicing it. So one thing I've been working with Miles and Mr. Lucario on is just putting myself first, like I said. And so, for example, there's this woman I told, we can chat on the phone, but I'm not into texting. And I texted her today and said, we can chat tonight. And I don't know. For me, that's when I'm going to be done with work, right? That's when I'm available, and it's what I want to move the relationship forward.
So with the time thing that you said, what if she wanted that time during the day?
Well, I suppose she can let me know, and I can say, well, I probably just wouldn't answer because I'm going to be busy.
So that's something you can't compromise, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is what I mean, right? So I have a tendency to text women back too quickly. And,
Wait. No, hold on. No, there's such thing as texting a woman back too quickly. Okay, let me explain what I mean. If I give a woman my phone number and I was very sexually flirtatious with her when I gave her my number, and I tell her to call me, and she texts me. She says, "Hey, you told me to reach out to you. Just reaching out to you. So, what do you have on your mind? Or what's up? What's going on?" My response is, I'm gonna respond quickly if I'm free, and I'm gonna let her know exactly what I want to do, what I have in mind. Well, I mean, she's already gonna know that, but just hypothetically speaking, if she texts me that, I'm curious about what you wanted to talk about. I'm free right now, and if you can talk, right? I'm responding quickly if I'm free. Now, if she's talking to me about some bullshit that I don't care about, I might put that off, or I might just flat out ignore it. But that's because I really don't care about what she's talking about, right? And I don't want to entertain foolishness, right? So my thing is this: when you're talking about I don't want to respond too quick, what would be your reasoning for that?
Well, I just get better results when I wait a little bit. They tend to, I don't know, it is a game, because if I wait an hour, she'll text back in 5 minutes because she's been waiting to hear from me.
So are you trying to extract interest out the woman? You're trying to see if she's going to be pining for your attention? Is that what you're doing?
In a way, I'm trying to see, where she stands, right? And it's the opposite. When I text back within 5 minutes, some of these women will wait 2-4 hours. So, and I'm calling, to get you guys' opinion on that kind of stuff.
Okay, I got you.
Okay.
You came to the right place. I'm glad you're here, sir. Okay.
Yeah.
So the women that are most responsive are the ones that are more genuinely interested in you. The women that take the longest are the women who aren't. So this is what you have to understand, right? And the best way to really, really know where a woman's head is at is to express or convey who you are, what you want to that woman, and let her respond to that immediately. So I'll use myself as an example. If I meet a woman face to face at a bar, at a club, at a festival, at a fucking gas station, wherever, right? When I talk to that woman, she's gonna know pretty quickly I'm the type of guy who's a very sexual individual. She's gonna know that very, very quickly, that I'm just my energy, how I'm talking to her, how I'm looking at her, she's gonna know that. Now, if she's not really all that into me, then there's a certain response I'm gonna get once she realizes that energy is there. If she is feeling me, there's another type of response that I'm gonna get, right? So that's gonna determine whether or not I need to leave her alone or go ahead and exchange contact information and make something happen. See, you're dealing with women and you don't know where their head is at because you were never straight up about what you really wanted from the situation. But y'all got it.
Okay.
Let me ask you this question, caller. If I had $5 million and I invested 5,000 and I lost 5,000, how upset do you think I would be?
Not very, and you shouldn't be.
Exactly. But if I had $6,000 and I lost 5,000, how upset do you think I would be?
Yeah, very upset.
Okay. So the thing is, when you play games, you're acting in a desperate state, like you don't have a lot, because what you're trying to do is manipulate to get a certain response. So your response is, if I wait longer, I'm starving her out. So now if I communicate with her, it would show her interest a little bit more by the way she quickly responds, because I was not readily available for her. And so you're afraid of being yourself just to lose her. You understand that? Try to play a game to keep the interest, to keep it going on. My thing personally is I don't like to play games. If I want you to respond to me in a quick manner, I will say so, because that's just who I am. If you do not respond in a quick enough manner, I don't think you're interested. Good day. Now, you could come back and say, hey, I was really busy and really doing this. We could be honest here. it doesn't take much of a moment to look at a text and say, hey, I'll call you when I get off of work.
Exactly.
Right? So I'm not afraid to lose anybody. So I'm playing with infinite amount of money, right? I'm not afraid to lose anybody. I have no games. If I call or if I text, you don't respond. Hey, cool. You go have a good life and enjoy the rest. Because I know that later on, what if she starts to follow your lead where you text her and she leaves you on hold and leaves you from responding? Now, what I'm not saying is you're at work, you with clients, and you're talking, the text comes through, and you're like, "Excuse me," you're being very unprofessional with it. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying that you are jumping over just to respond. What I'm saying is, why play a game when you're trying to build something that doesn't have games?
Absolutely. What you're saying is, if I look at my phone after an appointment and I see a text from her, I can text her, "Hey, just finished with the client. How are you?"
I don't know. That's a little too much right there. I didn't say you wanted to talk to her, because as soon as you say, "How are you?" it's a line for the next thing. All I'm saying is, hey, I see. Hey, let me call you back when I get off of work. Right? Sure. That's acknowledgement. You text me, I'll call you back. Or you can set it up from the jump and say, hey, I don't even look at my phone until I get off of work. But that's you dictating those things. But it's not a game. Hey, at work, I don't even respond. I might see your message, but I don't respond to it till I get off of work because I don't have a lot of time to talk.
Okay, but here's the thing, and I'll pass it to you, Miles, real quick. I just want to say this. Here's the thing. I want you to think about something. The best thing you can do for yourself to eliminate wasting time is set it up so that when a woman is texting you, she is texting you in response to something you want to do, right? So an example of it is this. Hey, look. I'm going to be doing XYZ. I'm going to be doing XYZ this Friday. I'm going to be available at about 9:00. If you're free, why don't you join me? Right? And let's say she says, okay, I'm interested in that. Well, look, let's do this. Exchange number. Let's exchange numbers real quick. Here's my number. Or you can just say, here's my number. I want you to call me Wednesday morning or whatever day you say, Wednesday afternoon, Wednesday morning, whatever it is, and say, I want you to call and confirm whether or not you can still make it. So that way, when she calls or texts you, it's in alignment with what you want to do instead of her texting or calling you to talk about random shit.
Right. Hold on 1 second before we continue. Caller, you said you are a marriage counselor, right?
Yeah.
Do you give free marriage counseling?
No, I do not.
Okay. We're gonna let you go now, okay?
Okay, and I'll make sure to donate next time. And thank you guys very much.
All right, take it easy. Yeah, because he been calling our shows back to back, just donating $5 and be getting a whole lot of game. But he does counseling, and he doesn't do it for fucking free or for $5. I bet. You see what I'm saying? You see how it fucking works? You see how it works? Everybody knows the value of what we do, but none of us are fucking millionaires. You see how that works, though, right?
Yeah.
That's right. Like it just dawned on me.
Yeah, it just dawned on me too. Like, wait a minute.
Cause the nigga said he's a marriage counselor, and I know you don't do this shit for free. And look how long we've been on the phone with his ass. Fuck out of here. Anyway, we got 832. You're on live with the Manhood is a
Hey, Miles, hey, man. Touche, I gotta give it to you. You know, we up here just, let's break this down.
Just getting game.
Hold on.
But getting
Nobody
game.
Press that block.
He can use for marriage counseling.
Right.
Yeah, but that nigga increase his profits and shit.
Think about it this way. He's a marriage counselor, and he's calling us about his love life.
Yeah, I would tell you this. I would tell you this with these marriage counselors.
Hold on, 832. Go ahead, Jay.
I tell you this, these marriage counselors, I know for a fact they got to keep that compromising in the line. Once they lose the woman, she don't want to go back to that marriage counselor.
Facts. Real talk.
That is done. Not a lot of them will keep going back. Once they feel like they are not heard or it's not going their way.
This why I couldn't be a marriage counselor. I'll be like, y'all. I'm like, bro, she ain't shit, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
Or I'll tell the chick, man, he's a bitch ass nigga. I see why you curse him out. Right?
Hey, Miles, remember that part though.
Well, we got
that part, Miles. Cut that up, and you need to put that on something.
Right. We got 832. You are on live with the Manhood is a Skill Set show. We got your host K-Zag, and we also got Jay Roman and Miles. Name, age, city. How can we help?
Yes, sir. Steve the Dean Williams, 53 years old. Shout out to my boy.
What up?
Shout out to my brother. I don't want to tell you, look, man, I had to call it because that fucking fraud pissed me off so bad. I can't stand these motherfucking counselors. If he's listening right now, everybody you counsel should get their fucking money back. You are fucking the problem. He's the fucking problem. He's probably making $50, $100, $200 an hour, giving nothing but bitch advice to people. And then like always, they always want to come across the street. Look what he's doing. He coming across the street, nitpicking you, Lucario and Miles, getting information to carry it back over to his side, wash that shit down to make his ice colder, and then act like he know what the fuck he doing.
Right.
This is what they've been doing on the internet and everything, dog.
And now he coming over here on the Manhood is a Skill Set show. Trying to pump K-Zag, trying to pump Jay Roman. Bro, that's why I stopped talking, bro. That's why I stopped talking. Cause I'm like, yo, this nigga's a fucking fraud. Because you know what fucked me up is when K-Zag asked him, what would you like? What are the things that you tell your clients is most important to a relationship? And he said, well, probably time. I'm like, bro, you're a fucking professional. You still can't use definitive language as a man. You're a professional and you still can't use definitive language as a man when another man asks you about your profession. Come on, man.
And he should be donating. And he listening, counselor. You should give each and every one of these young men 100 fucking even on GP.
Yeah, the links are right there. There you go.
I'm telling you, man.
I'm serious.
These guys are.
I just want people. And Miles, you said it. And Steve, I'm glad you're on. I want people to understand the value of our information. See, people. This is what people like to do. People like to act like the shit that we're talking about. It belongs as some gimmicky shit way over here in a corner in the shadows. Our shit belongs at the forefront of any and every discussion you're ever going to see on YouTube, period. Right. Because a lot of these motherfuckers are fraudulent. A lot of the advice they get is catered and it's tailored to not hurt people's feelings. Right? But that's not real advice, though. Real advice is telling people you ain't shit. Right? Real advice is telling you you need to get your act together. Real advice is telling you, woman, you ain't shit, dude. You a bitch ass nigga, and you need to step it up and learn how to be a man. That's real advice. Now, no, everybody needs to compromise, and everyone should love each other's love language, and everyone should. I saw a fucking post. I saw a post where this chick said everyone should know the true meaning of love, and I said bullshit. I said everyone's definition of love is subjective to them. And she was like, it shouldn't be. And I'm like, see, that shit right there. Everyone should look at love the same and the world will be a better place. Bullshit, right? This is what people fail to understand. You're dealing with people that have agendas. You're dealing with people that have personalities that are influenced by different things. You have to take that shit into account. All this happy, joy, utopia is bullshit, right? But go ahead, Chuck.
Facts.
I just want to say this before I let y'all guys go. If the counselors listening, I'm gonna lace you with some game, counselor. Get the information from your clients, and then hire one of these men on the back end. Take your information to them and let them game you up, so then you can go back and give them information. But don't go over here nitpicking this game that these great men have, and then stealing it and try to make it act like you the fucking good guy. That motherfucker don't even know what to do with a bitch. How the fuck can you be a marriage counselor and you don't know what to do with a bitch?
Because Steve, I asked him. I said, I bet you.
I'm listening. Hey, get the likes up. Respect to my brother. I'm just saying, it just made me so mad because when moment Miles said that he's been nitpicking y'all for information, I got pissed. Don't be using my boys, man. Y'all family, man. Don't fuck with my family like this. I'm sorry, guys. I appreciate y'all, man. I'm on the other end. I'm still listening.
All right.
I appreciate y'all.
See you tomorrow. Real Game No Theory.
Yeah.
Peace.
No doubt. And Unique says many guys allow a woman to lead because to them it is heavy responsibility. If I'm not leading, I will be doing myself and her a disservice, and I'll be the first to tell her to find somebody else. That's what's up.
Right.
So Time to Ante Up says with the 1999 super chat, appreciate you. Facts. Game Kings are surgical as always. Are we good on calls, Miles? I know it's about that time.
Yeah, we good on calls. Yeah.
Okay, so
let me kill these lines real quick.
Yeah. Here's the thing. And when the marriage council was on, I bet you're neutral and you tell people to compromise. You tell him to compromise. You tell her to compromise. Look, let me tell y'all something. This is why people are really miserable in relationships because they're compromising shit, right? See. I talk about compatibility all the time. Compatibility literally means existing in harmony without conflict. If I meet a woman and she says, I don't like this, I don't like that, can you change it so that way I'm more comfortable? We're automatically incompatible at that point. She wants me to change shit, right? She wants me to adapt to her way of doing things. We're automatically incompatible. See, people think it's normal to be incompatible and then try and make yourselves fit together.
Exactly.
That's what that love language bullshit learning. That's what that shit is.
Yep.
We're a puzzle piece that doesn't fit together. So let's trim a little piece here, a little piece there, add a little tape there, and maybe we can fit. But when you do that with the puzzle, the fabric of the puzzle is destroyed because you have to cut little pieces. So now the integrity of what it is bullshit.
Exactly.
Right? It's bullshit. It's not cohesive. It's not cohesive.
That is
real talk. That's heavy real talk.
And I'll say this: you ain't got to get shot to know it hurts.
No.
So listen. So Zag sound like he talking through some experience here. Right. So you younger fellas, you ain't got to go through that to understand. Just listen. Go on, Miles. My bad. Go on, man.
Yeah. Appreciate it. No, I saw this clip the other day, right? With a girl, she was like, she was talking about how, this relationship has ran its course. You understand? This relationship has come to an end, and because truthfully, I ain't really like the nigga in the first place. And I'm like, see, that's the truth right there. Like, so many of you guys, you try to buy a woman's affection, right? Or you put yourself in these compromised situations. You don't pay attention to your masculine identity. Like, this is exactly why I talk about masculine identity, because you compromise and you bend who you are to fit what's going on with the bitch at that moment in time. Right. Mm-hmm. And then you wonder why these relationships that you in only last a couple of weeks or a couple of months. You wonder why at some point you hit her up to hang out again and she ghosts, or she doesn't hit you back, or she started getting inconsistent with her reply. Meanwhile, you already took her to multiple, 5-star restaurants. You already paid multiple bills. You already put money down on her nails and her hair and all this type of shit. And this is what these chicks want. Well, I'll say it. This is what these chicks, if they can finagle, if they can finesse you to do it, they'll take it. They will take it. And if you're willing to do that and forget who the fuck you are and forget what you actually want from a bitch, of course, so many niggas, they swear to God, like, oh yeah, I'm fucking bitches. I'm fucking mad bitches. I got a roster. But bro, on the low, a lot of y'all niggas is paying for these hoes. A lot of y'all niggas is paying for their nails and hair and this and that and that and this. That's the only reason why they fucking with you, until they get tired of you and the next nigga come through to pay another bill.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. But it starts with the mindset. And this is what guys don't understand. This is why Miles and Lucario did the 2 documentaries. The Definition of the Game, Definition of Man. Because it teaches you at the foundation of how you need to move. See, here's the thing. And I don't care what men do. if y'all want to be bachelors for the rest of your life, I support you. If you want to be married, I support you. If you want to have a family and all of that, I support you. Right? If you want to be in a sexually exclusive relationship with one woman and live happily ever after, if there's such a thing, I support you.
If there's such a thing.
But yeah, if there's such a thing, because my thing is, this is what guys got to understand. Once you reach a certain level of game, your life is a revolving door for women and you accept it.
Facts.
And you're okay with it. See, the problem with the average guy, they're not okay with their life being a revolving door for women. They're not okay with that, right? And my thing is, there are going to be women who stay longer than others, right? Right? And that's cool, right? But no matter how long they go or when they leave, you got to be cool with that. And see, what a lot of guys don't understand is guys will say, oh, marriage is fucked up because of the laws. And I'm not saying that the laws are good, right? I'm not agreeing with the laws. But I look at it from a different mindset. And the mindset I look at it is this. Okay, cool. There are dudes who have been married and haven't been fucked over. There are dudes who got married and got divorced and didn't get fucked over. So what's the difference between them and the guys who were married and are miserable and the guys who were married and divorced and they got raked over the coals? What's the difference? The difference is certain guys have enough game and influence over the woman to deal with that woman on their terms where they can sidestep the very things that other men bemoan about. Right? And that usually comes from you dealing with a woman on your terms. So even if you guys get divorced or break up, you're not paying alimony and you're not paying child support. Right? I know a lot of niggas that ain't paying child support because they have so much influence over that woman that the man said, this is what we gonna do. I'm gonna pay for this, you're gonna pay for that. I'm gonna spend 7 days with the kids, then you're gonna spend 7 days with the kids. Matter of fact, let's live within maybe 20 minutes of each other so it's not that big of an impact. You cool with that? Lady says, you got it. Because she is still following that man's lead even after the fucking and romance is done. Why? Because that man is a true leader. And this is what guys don't understand. If the only way you can have influence is over a woman with your dick in her, that means your influence really ain't that deep, right? Specifically, if you're having kids. So if you don't have enough game and influence to have influence over that situation, if y'all were to break up, don't have kids with that chick.
Facts. I want to share something real quick. Can y'all let me know when y'all can see this or when you can put it in.
I got it.
All right, is it up?
Yep.
All right, this clip right here.
And some young ass girl who's impressionable might hear this shit and think, boom.
In a situation where I guess you could say, like, I was kind of straight financially because he was taking care of me, but then I got to a point to where I didn't like him anymore. So then it's like, I really need to make my own money now because I don't want to deal with you anymore. Like, this relationship has ran its course. And I think a lot of the time women don't talk about that part of dealing with somebody who is like, quote unquote, taking care of you too. Because sometimes you don't even really like that man for real no more. You really don't want to have to deal with him, but you're dealing with him because of what he's doing.
Right.
You see that? You see that shit?
I told you. Look, I just did a video talking about that. How when a woman first meets you, if she doesn't look at you with hearts in her eyes, like, I want him on every level a woman could want a man, I want that nigga on that level.
Right.
If she don't look at you like that, you're gonna be the guy that she's talking about. Where the only reason she's fucking with you, right? You're her second choice. She wants her first choice. Look, let me tell you how cold the game is. And this is what a lot of niggas who get money don't like when they finally get to the money. This is the reality of it. Do you know there are women out here who will deal with you because you got money, but you're not their first choice?
Facts.
But they're still fucking their first choice on the side?
Facts.
Right? Simply because his finances ain't where it need to be. And she wants to live a comfortable lifestyle. She likes her first choice. She wants him to be the guy that he's the well-rounded man. Right? But maybe his ambition ain't where it need to be. But this is how cold the game is. Women will get with a man they're not feeling that much because he got the resources. And then they'll use him as a springboard to where they can get to the money. They can get to the bag. Then they will leave that nigga. They will either leave him or kick him out of his own house in a divorce and move the nigga in that they really wanted all along. Don't make the money. Bro, I know a nigga who's going through a divorce right now where that happened to him. He moved a way, and I hope you listen to this because this applies to you, right? I just didn't tell you like this because I didn't know if you can handle the truth, right? Where he moved to another city. He moved to another city to be with this bitch, right? He moved because she wanted to go there. And I said, that's a bad move.
Following a bitch.
But also, he was way more invested in her than she was in him.
Mm.
So I knew it was a bad move. Everybody knew, and bro, you know who you are, was a bad move. So he moved with this chick. Boom, boom, boom. Had a kid with her. And let me just say this. Let me tell you something else. And a lot of women ain't going to like this. The real reason why a woman will have a kid with you niggas, and they don't really like you, is because the kid is the tie that binds. The kid is what keeps you there doing your job financially. Yep. And when she get ready to get rid of you, because she knows she will, you won't borrow time. You just don't know. But that kid is also another way so she can have an added source of income. Right? That's all that is. Then once she get ready, and I'm not saying all women do this, but some women do. Right? Then when she get rid of you, the nigga that she want, the nigga that maybe is not as financially responsible as you are, 2 or 3 weeks after she kick you out the crib, or a month or two, there's a new nigga living there. He's not a new nigga there. He's been there the whole time, nigga, waiting for you to get dismissed and a chick bring him in, right? Because that's the nigga that she really want. I need you guys to understand. Now, if women had their druthers, the nigga, their first choice, the sexual nigga, the nigga that do it for her, and the nigga who's financially straight, not financially straight so she can use him, but financially straight simply because he's a well-rounded man. She want that nigga. But she'll settle for the nigga with the bag, and the nigga that she really want to fuck, she's still gonna be fucking him. Don't get it twisted, right? And if she ain't fucking him, she'll find him, right? It doesn't matter of time. And then eventually she'll either leave you for him, or she'll just keep fucking him because that's the guy she really wanted all along. Right. Y'all got it.
Let me add this. Oh, go ahead, Miles.
No. I was just gonna say, you know, we could get to the question because we on OT, so we can get to the questions.
Okay. Well, let me add this real quick before we bounce, because I always like to do this.
Say Mafia, appreciate you for 499. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, my bad. So yeah, in the perfect world, you would know all this stuff before because you would already be game tight.
Right.
But a lot of you guys in situations that started off and you ain't game tight. And now here you are in that relationship Zag was talking about, or in that divorce Zag was talking about. This is even more when you realize that the game really ain't about women. It's more about yourself. Because as you learn and you got that slap in the head, you realize you have cultivated everything that you are getting right now.
Yeah.
You cultivated it without you in mind. You cultivated it without game in mind. You cultivated it the way things are. And so as you accept that and understanding how to move forward from there, you will already be, I didn't say you're going to be comfortable with alimony, but you will understand how you fucked up. And now that's the cost of it. So it's nothing for you to complain about. It's nothing for you to get down about. You realize, all right, as a man, I should have done these things. I didn't. And this is the consequence. So, you know.
All right, cool. Let me see if we got any questions. We got this question right here. Hold on. Okay, hold on. What's the meaning of a person talks to you, but they suck their teeth? Say, bro. See what I'm saying? You see these questions? you see what I'm saying? You see how
asking that question?
I don't even know, dog. But see that. But that's how funky the question is. We don't even know if it's a male or a female. Like sucking your teeth, like. You see what I'm saying, dog? They disrespect the game with these elementary questions. Is there a way to create sexual protection without kissing? Sexual protection. What?
Come on, man. Is this a real man? Who trolling them?
Okay. On that note, y'all, we appreciate y'all fucking with us. Like, share, and subscribe. Miles, J. Roman, y'all got anything y'all want to plug before we get up out of here?
Yes, sir. As always, make sure y'all get the soap, man. Order, hit that QR code and order more soap. And then let me see. Shout out to everybody that ordered their shea butter. I'll let y'all know when I get on the next batch. Shea butter sold out, so that's fire. And then go to masculineidentity.com if you want to get any of my soaps. If you want to join the membership, stay tuned for the Monday night masterclass. And then of course, check us. Monday Night Masterclass, you got to be a part of the Masculine Identity Membership to be a part of that class. So, make sure you get on that at masculineidentitymembership.com. And then, of course, check us out tomorrow at 12 noon, Real Game No Theory, where we will have 50, Mr. 1950, Steve the Dean, Kay Zagan, Mr. Lucario, and myself. And 12 noon Eastern time. Make sure y'all tune in.
Jay Roman, anything you want to add, my brother?
Yeah, man. Like always, thank you for having me on the show here. I do want to say something to I had gotten an email from somebody that was asking for, some sort of advice or something. Hey, I got to it today. I will be responding to you to go from there. So I just didn't want to leave that unspoken to.
Right.
And Zach, I appreciate having me on, man, like always.
Yes, sir.
All right, cool. Appreciate you. And in closing, I want to say this to the men watching and even some of the ladies watching. And I want people to understand, we're really trying to help guys. If we can help these guys, women will automatically benefit from it.
Facts.
Period. And I want people to understand, when you peel back the layers of everything that we talk about, the various topics that we discuss, our commentary, what we're really trying to do is put men in position to avoid some of the pitfalls that we went through and some of the other worst pitfalls that other men have gone through. We're trying to help you. Preventative maintenance is what we're doing, right? We're trying to help you, right? Get to a position where you can have what you want in your life, be at peace with it, enjoy your life, and at the same time have a woman who's really about you and who ain't trying to fuck you over and do you dirty, right? But to do that, you have to put yourself first. Right. And we're trying to get you to understand that. So on that note, like, share, and subscribe. We'll catch y'all tomorrow. Peace.